You gonna call roll, Mr. Jones? No. There's kind of one on the back there. Oh, no.
What, Jewel? Zoom. He's online already. He's already, okay. Hello, Dwight.
I'm here.
He's met with the shadow. Never mind the guy behind the curtain.
Big brother's watching.
You have to worry about that.
David Alder,
Here.
Bill Herson,
Here.
Marion Baker, here, Ken Buckminster,
Here.
Bill Hunt,
Here.
Joe,
Here.
Gary Walsh, Bill Scruggs, Matt Beatty, Jay Wood,
Here.
White Jewel,
Here.
Ray Russell. Amber Russell, Mark Carmen, Mr. Johnson is still, and me, I'm here.
Any committee meeting, using the agenda that didn't get one?
You got a phone? 7? Thank you. Yeah. All right, well, since you done the roll, I think the meeting was called to order. Everybody looked at the minutes, anybody got any?
Mr. Chairman, since we're doing a virtual option, we gotta have a, do the statement about being online because of COVID.
We'll make that motion.
Oh, make the motion.
Yeah, we're online with coach, okay.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
All right. All right, we're doing the minutes. Anybody got any upgrades or anything? Don't I recommend a motion to approve? Go. Second. All right.
Who made the motion to approve minutes? Who made the second?
Mr. Hunt,
Thank you.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Discussion items. Volunteer fire department request upcoming budget. Mr. Beatty called me a couple of days ago and said that he wouldn't come be here, but he still didn't have quite all the price. Oh, excuse me, I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I got ahead of it. Fire department. Mr. Walsh said.
Ready for me?
Yes.
I had contacted 3 different vendors for the quick attack brush truck that we've been talking about.
Yes.
I've still yet to get numbers back from them. One vendor had expressed the fact of lack of chassis for their availability. So then the other 2 vendors, I've talked to several of their representatives. The other one has a representative in this area because the manufacturing plant is south of here. So waiting on them to call me back. So we made contact with all of them just to see, and all of them fit underneath the HGAC, the cooperative that we can purchase from. So just waiting on their numbers and everything else.
Okay.
Do have a updated schedule here for training that we got coming up. Hand this out so everybody kind of on the same page what's going on. This all kind of tentative dates on here, kind of what we're planning though, if we can get it scheduled with the state and fit into their scheduling, then we should be able to do real well with this. Some of it's kind of hopeful as far as their scheduling things and time frames, but, if everything works out, then hopefully we'll be able to possibly, test for firefighter one commission by the end of the year, is what we're hoping for. So,
Will most of it be able to be done here?
yes, they'll come here, all but the, live burns, then we'll have to go to Bell Buckle State Academy to take care of that.
Okay, well, that's good, that most of it will be here.
Yeah,
Very good, that's very good.
any questions?
So by the time everybody gets through with this, or all of their people, then maybe by chance we'll be able to get all of them certified as firefighter one, certified, state certified.
Yes, that's what we're shooting for.
That's what we're shooting for.
Is there any money for that? I mean, do we have any local funds set aside for that would help them out? Or is there a state, I heard the state was doing something.
There's already money in the budget for training.
Yes.
Okay. But there's state money, right? Isn't there something?
Some of the state, possibly you can substitute some of their training for, the state, but it's something we're looking into right now.
Okay. It's gonna be nice.
Any further questions?
We can talk about flag, but loudly, 107, don't have to do two of those also.
Yes.
What is hazmat? Is that dangerous chemical?
That stuff is knocked it down, smell it, or get too close to it.
Right, okay.
You have to be knowledgeable of a tractor trailer, look at the placards on it. When you approach them, you need to know what the placards mean. Even a police officer needs to know what the placards mean when you're approaching, because all of a sudden you're about to carry some kind of gas.
I'm looking at CPR on, and hasn't CPR, the practicality of it changed
Yes,
from the old days where it's 5 breaths or 5 and then a breath?
15 to 2, but they've also gone to a non-breath CPR that's compressions only. So it changes from time to time.
They used to teach that in lifeguards, but I knew something changed that.
I taught that for a while, where the guy kept it. I left, it was 15 to 2. Now it's 15 and none.
It still is the 2-person race.
Yeah, but that's good to everybody know it. That's something good to know. Because you don't ever know when you need to use it.
Right.
Any further questions? I'll go back on what I was talking about a while ago. Mr. Beatty said he couldn't be here, but he was, didn't have quite a numbers yet, but he still said he would be in the $190,000 to $200,000 range for the new ambulance, and that he was kind of leaning towards the GMC, and there he is now. You want to stand up?
Yeah.
And tell us what you know about your project?
So about our project. The ice storm company came behind with the vendors, and then they're in conference this week in Gatlinburg. So Mark's gonna be going up there and gathering information from different vendors, and so we should have something about 2 weeks. That's our best I can get with you.
Any questions, Mr. Beatty? Who's out of breath?
Yeah. Right down there.
Is there any other business? Mr. Mayor, you got anything?
There'll probably be a budget amendment coming to the county commission this month to help pay for some radios for the fire department. When we move the per diem over, we're gonna use about $30,000 of what was moved there, and then supplement that with $10,000 from the Tennessee CAMS money, which was CARES Act money that flowed through the state. We got our max of 330 on that. We've already used some of it for equipment at the sheriff's department, but I think Ms. Thomas had on at the budget and finance, it has to be spent on sheriff's department or emergency services, so we're gonna supplement that and put $10,000 towards that, the radios for the digital switch over.
Good, that's good. Anybody got any questions about the radios or anything? Anything else?
There may be some more money coming from the governor's office this year. They're gonna do a second year of the local support grant. And it can only be used for 6 things, so they left the strings on it this time, and one of the things it can be used for is emergency services, facility maintenance, IT upgrades, I think school construction, and there's 2 other things that escaped me right now. So, what we're thinking we may do is that money we've got right now, the $600,000 plus, try to use that since there's no strings on it, try to use that for other things, and then for equipment and things for sheriff's department or emergency services, try to use that $500,000 to do those, and then that way we don't lose, being able to spend that unstrung money on something. And there may be some money coming to the counties and cities through that act that bills in Congress right now, that $1.9 trillion spending bill, but unfortunately, until you actually get something passed, you don't know what's really.
Sounds good. Get your wish lists up. Keep them handy.
I prefer you got your need list, not your wish list.
Any public comments? Anybody got any public comments?
I want to say one more thing. Invite y'all all down. We're going to really kick off our training this Thursday. Meetings are the second and fourth Thursday of every month. Starting about 6:30, but all y'all are welcome. Public's welcome. We're always looking for new hands and anybody interested in the fire service.
I've got a meeting at 6 that night, but maybe it goes early. I'll try to stop by.
We're welcome.
Have y'all had any new members lately? Anybody signed up?
We voted 2 in the last couple of months, Alex Smith and Chris Franklin was earlier, but Stephen Staggs.
I hear you lost one.
Yes,
Moving the red ball in.
yes, he is.
Power of the woman, son, I tell you.
Start the family, move forward.
Well, let's hope that he moves back soon. He's good.
Yep.
Comes from a good family. Mr. Walsh.
Make a motion to adjourn for no further business.
All right, there's a second to that. All in favor, say aye. Meeting adjourned. Very good. Very good. 10 minutes.
Good night, all.
Aye, good night.
Oh,